I mean, are you surprised? Are you really surprised with this matchup? Real Madrid against Manchester City. Once again, I think I'm gonna be so real. Once the bracket was made and once we were going to be facing potentially either Celtic or Manchester City, I think everyone knew, I knew that it was so predictable that City was going to be the team that we will be facing. The fifth time in a row. The last 4 years we've faced them. Two times they beat us. Two times we beat them. And ironically enough, the two times that we did beat them, we ended up winning the Champions League. 2022, the Rodrigo miracle in the semi-finals. And of course, last season, I think everyone know what happened last season in the semi-finals. But now, once again, Real Madrid against City. And this is the only time that I look at City. I know we faced City 4 times. And every single time we faced City, I had fear. I was scared. I was worried. I was like, really, once again, like I was shaking. I had nightmares like before the game, X, Y, and Z. I was making tactical plans. I was saying, how can we beat them? I think this is the only time that I look at City and I'm like, you know what? I'm happy to face City. You know what? Give me City. You know what? I'm more than ready to face City. I'm ready, but unfortunately, our manager's not ready. Our manager's out here saying to the whole world, publicly saying that, you know what, we don't like facing City. I don't like facing City. Real Madrid don't like to face City. Real Madrid a bit scared to face City. I mean, this guy's put the fear factor already before we even kicked a single ball. But listen, the point, the first leg is being played at Etihad in 2 weeks. The following week, the second leg is being played at Santiago Bernabeu. I think the second leg is quite important to be played at home, just in terms of the atmosphere and what Santiago is going to be giving us, specifically against a team like Manchester City. But you guys are probably asking, why the hell are you not feared, or why the hell are you not scared, or why the hell are you okay with facing City? I mean, listen, before we start, I know we're talking about the potential matchup and what's going on. Don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe, and of course, comment your own thoughts. Comment your own thoughts on what you think about the matchup. The reason why I'm more than happy to face City is because I look at so many matchups and I look at City as a whole. This season that they've not been good. I think everyone knows City this season have been very, very disappointing. Very, very underperforming. I know last month was pretty successful, and I think they've done well to pretty much slowly, gradually getting back to the level that we all know, but it still hasn't been the same. And some of the wins which they've had, I look at them, I'm like, you know what, you could have lost. Everton, really, Leicester, the City, the Paris Saint-Germain game. There's been so many games I look at them like, you know what, you could have lost that game. Now, let's turn to Real Madrid. We look at them, and there's so many weaknesses that we can exploit. I look at City. Let's start with the right-hand side, the right-back position. Núñez. Yes, the past 3 to 4 games, he's done well in this inverted right-back, midfielding role since Kyle Walker left. And listen, Núñez has done well progressing with the ball and going forward. Of course, doing his thing when he does have the ball. But out of position, defensively, in transition, that brother is a liability. And I look at my left winger and I'm smiling. I look at my left winger and I'm happy. Forget my left winger. If that left winger is being rotated, because at the moment, more than left winger is being rotated. If it's Vinny, hey, I'm smiling. If it's Mbappe, hey, I'm smiling. If it's Rodrigo, hey, I'm smiling. So I'm looking at that right back position at City, and I'm smiling. I look at the other side, Gvardiol, this season. Defensively, he's got so many injury-prone moments of him. Got so many mistakes in his locker. And I think with Rodrigo on that right-hand side, we can exploit it with ease. I look at the two centre-back pairing. They've had so many issues. I look at the goalkeeper, whether it's Edison or Ortega. Again, at the moment, defensively, City are so bad. But the reason why City are so bad defensively is you look at that midfield and you look at the one person which they don't have, and that is Rodri. And you look at the space. I keep talking about Real Madrid leaving so much space, open space between the defense and the midfield. If you think we're bad, look at Manchester City. Them man have got Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and Kovacic defending transition in 2025, bro. You've got Kebab, you've got Bernardo Silva, Tiamo, and you've got Kovacic Well, like give me something Croatian, fam. B-Check, Luka Modric, them man are defending defensive transition in 2025. These three midfielders, which I've just mentioned, are their defensive options, are the defensive-minded midfielders. And I look at our team, and bro, one thing we love to do, one thing that we take advantage more than anything else, that is counter-attacking. That is defending with space. That is running into empty spaces. And we've got Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, and Jude that can do it better than anyone else. So I look at City's problems and I'm smiling. That's the reason why I'm optimistic. That's the reason why I'm reassured. That's the reason why I look at City and I don't look at City with the same fear factor. I'm more than happy to face City. I actually wanted City. I really wanted to face a team now, a big team now, so it can really build up the rest of the Champions League for us. And City is the perfect moment for us to take advantage of City's issues. But at the same time, I'm saying we've got issues. At the same time, I'm saying, defensively, the right back, the left back, I'm not going to kid myself and say we've got the same issues. But the players that we have that can take advantage are much better and greater than the players that City have. But at the same time, yes, there's some matchup problems for City when we have our own players. But bro, defensively, we've got a matchup problem as well. Lucas Vazquez are going to be facing either a Jeremy Doku or Savinho, who in the past couple weeks has been turning it up on the left-hand side. And if you guys know Vazquez pretty well, Vazquez this season struggles, and I repeat, struggles every single time he faces a speedy and tricky and someone that can beat him with pace and dribbling and trickery. Savinho is just going to be another person. Vazquez is just going to be another victim. It's going to be another court case. The same court case I saw with Gitzes, the same court case I saw with Leao, the same with Lookman, so many court cases. Vazquez has been a victim of so many issues, fam. And trust me, against City, against Savinho, it's going to be an issue. Unless we do one thing that we have to do, and that's playing Fede Valverde as a right back. And it has to be done. On the left-hand side, we've got Ferland Mendy. Am I expecting Mendy to start? Absolutely, I'm expecting Ferland Mendy to start. But the only thing is, you guys know how I feel about Ferland Mendy. You guys know my opinion of Ferland Mendy. Honestly speaking, I'm going to be so real. For whatever weird reason, Ferland Mendy has faced Manchester City, I believe, 4 times. I think he was there in 2020. Marcelo was there. Let me count the last 3 times. Ferland Mendy has faced City 3 times. Out of the 3 times, there is 6 possible legs. First leg and second leg. Out of the 6 legs, I can only count 1 bad leg which he's had, and that is the game where City beat us 4-0. That is the game which City... No, that's Camavinga who started that game. Cama started that game as a left back. Did Cama start the 4-0 defeat? Anyway, whenever Mendy faces City, the guy turns into a complete different beast. I witnessed the last season. I witnessed in 2022. So I'm more, for whatever weird reason, I know I'm weird, and I hope this doesn't backfire. I'm more than happy with Mendy playing as a left back against City, because I know what I'm going to expect from him. That brother got an assist. Imagine Ferland Mendy's got an assist against Manchester City. To be fair, Benzema did most of the work with that volley. But hey, Ferland Mendy has got 1 Champions League assist under his career. That was against Manchester City at Etihad. So like I said, I'm happy with Mendy. Defensively, depending on who we face, and it has to be Rudiger and Raul. Raul has to play that game. So this is what I'm saying about. Sabais has to play that game. Depending on who we play, and depending on the midfield and the defense that we have, Carlo can walk out from that game. Forget tactically. We have the players that can hurt City. At the moment, City, you don't need to beat them through tactically. Against City, you need to have the players and the personnel. If you have the players and the personnel and the players that can exploit their weaknesses, you've done a good job. And we have got those players. The Mbappes, the Vinnies, the Rodrigos, the Judes. We've got enough players that can hurt City. I'm looking at City the other way around. I look at Haaland. I look at Savinho. The only person that I'm really and truly worried about is the right-hand side, and that's Savinho. But if Fede Valverde plays on the right-hand side, we've got it covered. I don't care if Savini goes on the left-hand side or Doku goes on the right-hand side or Foden, wherever he plays in the middle or whether he goes on the left-hand side. If Fede plays on the right-hand side, I'm more than happy. I'm more than satisfied. And I know that right-hand side is not going to be exploited. It's not going to be hurt. I'm only looking at the left-hand side potentially, but I think Fernand can do that job. So that's why with City, depending on the lineup, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Like I said, we have got enough superpower and firepower up front to hurt them. On the other way around, I don't think so. They've got the players. I'm not saying it's going to be a comfortable first leg, second leg. No. I'm just saying I'm calm. I'm just saying I'm cool. I'm just saying Carlo, this is the first time that Carlo can go into a matchup against Manchester City and feel a bit more calm. But this is what I don't get. You are now facing City at the worst possible moment of Pep's tenure with City. Yet you're still coming out and saying, I'm scared of City. So this is the only reason why I'm a bit, Like I'm gonna be real. I'm 80%, 90% sure that we're going through. 90% sure that we're going through. The only 10%, the only 10%, that little fear that I've got, it's not towards the players, it's towards Carlo. Because I know what Carlo might do. I've seen Carlo face Manchester City and put the wrong 11s. I witnessed Carlo go to Etihad and don't play Tchouaméni, a defensive six that we needed. I've seen Carlo make bad decisions against City. And this is what I'm saying. Against City, I don't know if he's going to overthink it. I don't know if he's going to play Vasquez. Which, if he plays Vasquez, a'udhu billah. But this is my point. Carlo is the only thing stopping us from going through to the round of 16. He's the only thing stopping us from progressing into the round of 16. But I've mentioned the matchup problems. I've mentioned what I'm expecting for a lot of players. I'm going to do a proper review a day before the game in 2 weeks from now. Again, this is just an initial reaction that I've had against City. A lot of people send me DMs and ask me what I thought about it. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it. I do think we can win. I do think we will go through. I'm not saying comfortably, but if you ask me, is it between a scrape or is it between a comfortable win? I'm leaning towards a comfortable win because I look at City this season, they're not the same team. I look at us now, I think we're peaking and we're getting better, and certain players are getting better at the right possible time. I look at, don't forget the R, he's going to show, they can't see me. He's going to meet every single City player. I'm not going to see him in the first leg and second leg. I look at Kiki, and Kiki has awakened. This is now the first matchup between Kiki and Haaland. Another matchup to pretty much discuss. Of course, the last time they faced each other, you all know what Haaland did against City when he scored that exceptional goal outside the box, that left foot. But of course, Kiki did it back, and then all the Paris Saint-Germain players, they celebrated with Haaland's celebration, and then of course that went viral. But listen, Kiki and Haaland once again. And listen, I want Kiki to show everyone this whole Haaland nonsense. Haaland, who's better? I want Kiki to put it in the bed, fam. I want Kiki to put it in the bag. I want Kiki to show me, my brother, you are the real one. But I look at Vinny as well. Vinny, whenever he faces City, he smiles. Whenever he faces City, he's happy. Every time he's faced City, he's leaving with something. Whether that's a GA 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or last season, he's smiling whenever he faces City. I look at Jude Bellingham last season, the second leg, dropped an absolute important man. For me, I loved his second leg performance, but no one gave him credit because he didn't score a goal. But that goal that we scored, that Rodrigo goal that we scored, it all started. That 70% was all Jude Bellingham with the build-up and the link-up from that goal. So like I said, I think I look at certain players now in our team. I think they're peaking at the right time of the season. Put down in the comments what you guys think about the game. And of course, the winner of this game will face either Leverkusen or Atleti. But let's not look too far ahead. Let's talk about City. And like I said, don't forget to like the video, subscribe. And a proper match preview will pretty much come a day before the first leg, which is, I believe it might be on the 13th or 14th. But I'll see you soon. Peace.